She didn't scream, she didn't leave a message, and no one noticed the exact moment she was gone. One moment, a young woman was sitting on the balcony of a cruise ship, watching the dark ocean move below. 30 minutes later, the balcony was empty. There were no signs of a struggle, no clear explanation, just a haunting silence hanging over the open water. This is the story of the unexplained and deeply unsettling disappearance of Amy Lynn Bradley. Who was Amy Lynn Bradley before she became the subject of one of the most famous missing person cases at sea? She was just a 23-year-old woman with her whole life ahead of her. Having recently graduated from college, Amy was known by everyone as energetic, social, and incredibly close to her family. She was a trained lifeguard, confident in the water, and was excited about starting her career. In March of 1998, looking for a little rest and relaxation, Amy joined her parents, Ron and Iva, and her younger brother, Brad, for a Caribbean cruise aboard the Rhapsody of the Seas. It was supposed to be a short, fun family holiday, a chance to unwind and spend quality time together before life got busy again. No one could have ever imagined that this dream vacation would turn into a nightmare from which they would never fully wake up. Let's go back to the final night of the cruise, March 23, 1998. The ship was alive with music and celebration. Amy had spent the evening enjoying herself, first at a dinner with her family, and then later at the ship's nightclub, dancing and socializing. She was seen talking with members of the ship's band, Blue Orchid, and other passengers. Everything seemed perfectly normal. Around 3:30 a.m., she and her brother, Brad, decided to head back to their family cabin. They shared a brief conversation, just the normal kind of talk between siblings, before they both went to their respective beds to sleep. But Amy didn't go to sleep right away. Her father, Ron, who was also in the cabin, recalls seeing her step out onto their private balcony a little after 5 a.m. He remembers her sitting there, looking out at the vast, dark ocean. He thought nothing of it at the time and drifted back to sleep. This would be the last confirmed moment anyone in her family ever saw her. Just before 6 a.m., Amy's father woke up again. This time, something felt wrong. The door to the balcony was ajar, and the early morning light was filtering into the cabin. He looked around. Amy was gone. Her personal belongings, her ID, her cigarettes, her lighter, were all left behind inside the cabin. Nothing appeared to be disturbed or out of place. It was as if she had simply vanished into thin air. At this point, the ship was already approaching its next port of call, Curacao. Panic started to set in. The family immediately alerted the ship's crew, hoping for a quick and simple explanation, but there wouldn't be one. A search was immediately launched on board. Crew members were notified, and they began methodically checking public areas, from the decks to the lounges. Passengers were asked if they had seen or heard anything unusual. The ship's log was reviewed, but no clear explanation for Amy's absence could be found, despite the extensive efforts of the crew and, later, the authorities. Nothing could confirm what had happened to Amy during those crucial early morning hours. It was a complete and total mystery. How could a person disappear from a contained environment like a cruise ship without a single trace? Over the years, several theories and possibilities have been discussed, each more troubling than the last. The most straightforward explanation, often suggested by the cruise line, was that Amy may have accidentally fallen overboard. However, her family has always found this theory hard to believe. Amy was a strong swimmer and a trained lifeguard. The balcony railing was high, and for her to go over without making any sound or leaving any sign of a struggle seemed highly improbable to those who knew her best. Then there are the more sinister possibilities. Could she have been targeted by someone on board? There were some unsettling reports. Her father recalled seeing some crew members paying what he felt was an uncomfortable amount of attention to Amy earlier in the trip. There were also unconfirmed sightings. 2 different passengers later reported seeing a woman matching Amy's description on an elevator with a member of the ship's band just before the ship docked. The band member reportedly said goodbye to Amy as she stepped off the elevator. This interaction, if it happened, would have been just moments before her family discovered she was missing. These threads, however, were never strong enough to form a complete picture. The mystery only deepened in the years that followed Amy's disappearance. The family received numerous tips, each one a flicker of hope in the overwhelming darkness. In August 1998, just 5 months after she vanished, a Canadian tourist on a beach in Curacao claimed he saw a woman who looked exactly like Amy. He said she had tattoos matching Amy's, including a Tasmanian devil on her shoulder. He reported that she was walking with two men who seemed to be controlling her, and when she looked at him, he felt she was pleading for help with her eyes. By the time he reported it, the woman and the men were gone. A year later, in 1999, a member of the US Navy reported a shocking encounter. He claimed he was in a brothel in Curacao when a woman approached him, telling him her name was Amy Bradley and that she was being held against her will and needed help. He said he didn't report it immediately because he was afraid of getting in trouble for being there. When he finally did come forward, his claims couldn't be substantiated. Then, in 2005, a photo surfaced online. It was a picture of a woman who bore a striking resemblance to Amy, posing in what appeared to be an advertisement for an escort service. While forensic analysis was inconclusive, Amy's family believed it was her. Each one of these potential sightings was investigated, but none ever led to a breakthrough. They were just pieces of a puzzle with too many missing parts. So, why does this case continue to captivate and haunt us so many years later? It's the complete lack of a confirmed timeline, the absence of any physical evidence that provides a clear answer. There's no body, no note, no definitive proof of what happened. Because of this profound uncertainty, the case of Amy Lynn Bradley has never been closed. It remains an active investigation, a cold case that refuses to grow cold in the hearts of those who loved her. Today, Amy's family continues to advocate for her. They have never stopped searching, never stopped hoping, and never stopped asking questions. They run a Facebook page dedicated to her, sharing her story and keeping her memory alive. For them, this is not just an old mystery or a true crime story to be discussed online. It is the missing piece of their lives, a wound that can never truly heal as long as the truth remains hidden. They lost a daughter and a sister in the most unimaginable way possible. More than 2 decades have passed since Amy Lynn Bradley stepped onto that balcony. Her story serves as a chilling reminder of how quickly a life can change, and how some questions may never find their answers. Somewhere out there, the truth about what happened in the early morning hours of March 24, 1998, still exists. And until it is found, the questions, the mystery, and the hope for Amy will remain. Thanks for watching. If this story made you think, please like and subscribe for more content that challenges our perspectives.